Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Professionals team. I am Sanjay. We are learning node.js with MySQL APIs. This is our part number 19. Inside this video session guys, we are going to develop API method for deleting data. Inside our last video, we had seen that how can we insert data by using post request type. So if I back to table, now to delete data, we are going to pass inside body any of the ID from this table. So on the behalf of body parameter ID, we are going to delete this respective row from this table. So back to editor. Now I scroll down. Now let's define about the API method. So this is for the delete data. Inside here, let's say app.get. Sorry, it's not get, it will be delete method. And inside this, we are simply going to pass, let's say, user callback function. And inside this callback function, we have two parameters. So it will be request and response. Inside here, let's say connection.query. And this connection variable contains about the connection details with our database. Now by the help of this, we can perform any operation with our data. So connection.query, inside first, we need to pass our query. So let's say delete from, and the table name we have called table_users. We are going to pass called the where condition called where id equal to, and this will be placeholder. So on the behalf of this id, we are going to delete that respective user from this table, and this ID actually we are going to receive from the body parameters. So to receive body parameters, inside last video we have enabled about the receiving body parameter functionality, and this is bodyParser by using one of the npm package. So if I scroll down, and here let's say that we are going to pass parameter inside this array. So let's say function. Inside this function, let's say error we have, let's say result, and let's say fields. And simply after defining this callback function, inside this bracket, simply write response.json, and inside this object, let's say status equal to 1, message equal to, let's say, user has been deleted, successfully. And inside this data, this is the result actually we are getting via this callback function. Now we have to receive body parameter and need to pass inside this array for this placeholder. So let's say where user id equal to, let's say, request dot body dot, let's say, user underscore id. So if I copy this user id, passing inside this array, now back to our terminal. So successfully we had started our server already. So back to Postman, and let's say that localhost, it should be something 5000. This is the URL. So if I press send button, welcome to initial stage of MySQL. Now we have to change about delete request type. Here we have to pass the user, and remember we need to pass a body parameter of that respective user ID. So firstly let's say content type equal to application, it should be JSON. Go inside this body raw, and we need to pass the parameter called user ID. So let's say that we are going to delete this fourth number ID. So simply we need to pass 4 here. Click on this send button. Now user has been deleted successfully. Now if I check about the return data, now this is something like that. So back to table, reload this page, And from this table, now we can see that fourth number ID has been deleted successfully. Again back to Postman. Now let's say that we want to delete this 11th number ID. Simply we need to pass inside body parameter as user ID equal to 11. Click on send button and successfully user has been deleted. So back to browser, reload this page, and as we can see that 11th number ID is now deleted from this list. Now let's create a use case. Back to editor to check something. Now let's say that I'm to actually write the misspelled word of where. Now as we know that here we have a mistake inside this query. So how can we handle that? So simply we need to write if error, then we need to throw inside our console, otherwise we need to write inside else condition. So here let's say else condition, as we know that we have some error inside this query, so it will be enabled, and this is the error variable actually inside this callback function. So if we save these changes, back to our terminal, Postman, let's say that 12th number ID we are going to delete that. So click on send button. Now here we have some mistake, and also back to terminal. Now as we can see that here we have some MySQL query related mistake. It is pointed by our error variable. So by reading SQL message variable, here we can actually see you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual that corresponds to your MySQL server version for the right syntax to use near where ID, and this is the message actually same returned by MySQL server. So if I back to editor, now copy this code, back to MySQL tab, open SQL tab into a new tab, and let's say that we are going to pass this query here, and let's say 12. So if I press enter, now the same error actually we will get right here. So this is the error actually returned by node.js application or our MySQL package. So back to editor, correct this error first. So it should be where. Back to our Postman, click on send button. Now user has been deleted. Now this is the use of the callback parameters, something called error, result, and the fields. So for the fields parameter we had discussed in our early videos. So far guys we had discussed about the APIs. So let's say that get all data we had seen, get specific data via parameter we had seen, insert data using post method we had seen, and this time we had seen about delete data using delete post method, so delete method. Now these are the different APIs we had seen in our Node.js playlist with MySQL. So inside this video session guys, if you went out, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.